So brothers, as you know, I often tell people that our seminary experience is like being put in a pressure cooker for 4 years, and you hope you make it to the end, and you see what comes out, or being put in a furnace, and you hope you come out more pure at the end. And probably the greatest pressure we feel here at school is the academics, the deadlines, the always being stretched. I think about this almost every week, just being stretched slightly beyond where I feel my ability is, being asked to write the next paper, and then the next paper, and then the next paper, all on things that I don't completely grasp just yet. So as you guys think about those challenges academically, the struggle, how has this cohort, our small little group, helped support you in that, or how has that played into your academic progress here at Bethlehem?
Well, as I think about myself in relation to the others in our cohort, I feel very much on the side of the spectrum that is less academically inclined. I feel many of us are very analytically minded and love deep philosophical, theological conversations, whereas I am much more practically minded. And so one of the things that has helped me was encouragement from those who are different than me. And when I talk with them and sometimes ask them for help, them offering me their thoughts and their help. For example, I reached out to one of our other brothers, Michael, for help with writing, because he writes much better than I do. And so he was able to give me very good feedback and help me through that rigor. So that's one way that I'm encouraged by others.
Yeah, and I think that it's been really nice to share the burden with one another. Same brother discussing the difficulties of Greek when it was just summer. We hadn't even started seminary yet, and I'm glad I'm not alone. And I think back to that, another thing that's been really helpful is we can see each other's strengths and weaknesses and improvements and be encouraged by that. One brother who began really struggling with Greek, and I watched him blow past me, and months later he's running laps around me with the Greek, and I can rejoice in that. And I wouldn't know that if we were in a large class. Everyone's a stranger to me. I don't know where they're at. I don't know where they've been. I don't know how far they've come. I can't find that encouragement. So I think that we're able to be encouragements to one another, help one another, and demonstrate to one another we can grow. You and I, we're not students. I never gave effort in classes, and being with some guys who really are, I'm sure you would agree, Jonas, has really challenged me to adapt to that and lean into that more.
Yeah, I think of 1 Peter 4, so there need to speak as whoever speaks ought to speak as one who speaks the oracles of God. And just that's a pretty big job, pretty big responsibility that we've been given. And I think it requires some amount of rigorous study and preparation. And I thought I was doing pretty well academically, like I was a fairly good writer and that sort of thing coming in to Bethlehem, but it really exposed a lot of my weaknesses and a lot of my dependence on writing as if I knew what I was talking about, rather than showing where this is coming from. How am I drawing this from the Word? Where am I finding support for this throughout the history of the church and what we believed? And being able to talk with my brothers in the cohort, sometimes out of just desperate need of like, man, I don't know how to fix this. I don't know how to answer these questions. And having brothers around me to just call at any time or talk to. I have a neighbor that's one of my classmates. I get to talk to him all the time and get his insights. And that sort of closeness has really helped me grow and become a better steward of the Word, so that I'm not just someone who can speak like I know what I'm talking about, but actually has been called higher, been called to know the Word well, and to be able to articulate clearly what it says and how we can come to that conclusion from the Word.
You make me think of our aim here as seminarians is we want to pastor God's church. We want to care for the church that God bought with the blood of His Son, and that's sobering, that's weighty, that's, for us, exciting. We move toward that. We incline toward it. As Paul writes, we aspire to that office. Doing seminary with you brothers and the rest of our cohort, feeling that trajectory that we're all on, or now as you've become a pastor, are in, it's been a reminder to me that the academics, where for most of my life academics have been merely for academics' sake, just get the grade and then move on. This is necessary prep that the Bible tells us we need to do to be responsible so that Christ's church would be pure and holy. Similar to what you said too earlier, Andrew, one aspect, just like you feel it in the church, because we're so close, we see each other's strengths and weaknesses. We don't only recognize our own, but we see it in each other. And it's been so helpful for me, who is bent toward wanting to be successful in everything. I want to be the best writer, not just a good writer, the best. I want to be the best thinker, the best practitioner, etc. How seeing I can't be. God has not allowed me that privilege, praise the Lord. I'm not unlimited, I'm very limited. And seeing as we all struggle with conjugating Greek verbs, arcing, church history, how different guys rise to the top in different spheres, and seeing how the Lord has equipped various saints in His church to become elders, who then would equip the saints for the work of ministry.